Meet Katrina Keif, head of finance at Bold and Beautiful Enterprises. Every month, she faces the complex cycle of procuring goods, receiving invoices, and ensuring suppliers get paid, all while keeping auditors happy and cash flow optimized. Today, Katrina discovers how SAP HANA transforms her procure-to-pay process into a well-orchestrated symphony. First, Katrina's team creates a vendor master record in SAP. All supplier details, name, address, tax IDs, tax registration details, bank account, are entered once centrally. Field status controls and authorization groups ensure only trained users can modify critical fields, preventing unauthorized changes or data inconsistencies. Key controls in the activity: account groups and field status. Tailor, which fields are mandatory, optional, display only, or hidden based on vendor type. Dual control workflows. Sensitive changes, for example, bank details, tax details, business address, require a second approver before the process moves forward. Supplier KYC. Details are captured only on the basis of mandatory KYC documents, which are validated basis the underlying documents received from the suppliers or vendors. When a department needs supplies, they raise a purchase requisition in SAP. The built-in workflow routes it automatically to the right budget owner for approval. No more chasing signatures in email. Key controls in the activity: automated workflows. Ensure no purchase can begin without budgetary and policy compliance and process compliance. Real-time budget checks. SAP HANA instantly validates available funds against planned budgets. Tagging to cost center. SAP HANA instantly validates available budget for specific cost center and department, making sure that any unbudgeted requisitions go through a separate release and approval matrix mapped in the system. Once approved, a purchase order is generated in SAP with all line item details and goes through the defined workflow as per PO release strategy defined in SAP. Once approved, the PO is stored in HANA, ensuring a single source of truth. The vendor management team sends the approved PO to the supplier vendor and takes an acceptance on the same. Key controls in the activity: document integrity. PO numbers are auto-assigned and locked. No manual tampering. PO release. Strategy. All purchase orders go through the workflow defined in SAP, as per the PO release strategy, which is mapped to the delegation of authority in the organization. Change management. Any PO revision logs date, user, and justification in the audit trail. Any amendment to the PO goes through the defined workflow and PO release strategy. When goods arrive, the warehouse posts a goods receipt in SAP. HANA instantly compares the PO, the goods receipt, and the incoming invoice. This three-way match flags any variances before payment. Key controls in the activity: automatic matching rules. Tolerance levels for quantity and price variances are configurable. Exception workflows. Any mismatch triggers a vendor inquiry task before the invoice posts. Duplicate document checks. Standard reports are configured in SAP to highlight any duplicate documents like vendor invoices. Goods receipt note, to flag any double posting and duplicate document processing in SAP. Invoices flow directly into SAP via EDI or OCR. The system validates header and line item data against the PO and goods receiving. Once verified, the invoice auto-posts to the vendor account and the general ledger. Real-time financial reporting on HANA keeps the finance team up to the minute. Key controls in the activity: invoice holds and blocks. Over-tolerance or missing tax or missing bank info automatically blocks posting until resolution. System-level validation checks. SAP prevents posting of duplicate invoices and duplicate goods receiving against the purchase orders. Invoice approvals in SAP. Invoices are approved as per the workflow defined in SAP, wherein the approval mechanism is mapped as per the delegation of authority matrix. Audit-ready logs. Each invoice action is time-stamped, tagged with user ID, and easily retrievable. At period end, Katrina's team executes SAP's payment proposal. The system selects eligible invoices per payment terms, groups payments by bank, and generates payment media, whether SEPA, ACH, or traditional checks. Cash management dashboards then forecast liquidity, ensuring the company never surprises its bank. Key controls in the activity: payment approval blocks. High-value payments require a secondary finance sign-off. Payment batch file checks. Host-to-host payment integration in SAP with a banking portal enables secure, automated, and real-time transmission of payment files like vendor payments, vendor advances, etc. From SAP to the bank, and retrieval of status acknowledgement files from the bank to SAP. Multi-currency and country-specific formats. All compliance rules for global payments are built in. By following SAP best practices, centralized vendor master data, automated approvals, three-way matching, rigorous controls, and real-time analytics on SAP HANA, Katrina's team turned Procure to Pay from a monthly scramble into a strategic advantage. Efficient, transparent, and audit-ready, all powered by SAP HANA. Takeaways. Centralize and standardize. One vendor master, one source of truth. Automate and control. Workflows and field status definitions enforce policy. Match and monitor. Three-way match and exception handling reduce errors. Analyze and optimize. Real-time HANA reporting empowers cash flow decisions. Ready to transform your Procure to Pay? Discover how SAP HANA can streamline your finance operations today.